This is Heather. She has dark brown hair, dark brown eyes, and a very neutral skin tone. She even has told me that she feels very neutral and doesn't really know where she fits. So I'm going to break down her core colors and share with you my analysis of her. We're going to start out with her blushing, then go into her eye popping colors, and then her grounding neutrals, her best neutrals. So first I'm going to share with you her blushing colors. These are her colors that bring out the natural blush in her cheeks and lips. I'm going to share with you each color type first so you can have some fun guessing, and then I'm going to guide you through my analysis. So here she is in bright and warm, bright, warm, and deep, soft and warm, bright and cool, bright, cool, and deep, and soft and cool. So first let's look at her side by side with the warm colors. We have bright and warm on the left and soft and warm on the right. And although I have a green check mark here on the bright and warm, these two slides, in my opinion, are a little inconclusive. You'll see later on in my analysis why I've chosen the brighter colors for her, but right now, if you see these two, you might say that she doesn't really look good in either one, although you'll see why in a minute why I've chosen the brighter color. Here she is in the bright and cool on the left and the soft and cool on the right. And here's where I feel like the soft doesn't really do anything for her. She definitely needs those brighter colors. I'm not necessarily won over by the bright and cool on the left yet, but hear me out as I keep going through this. So here we are with the bright and warm on the left and the bright and cool on the right. And at this point, I'm a little bit torn between the two. I like her with the cool on the right, and when I show you her with some deeper colors, you'll start to see that you also like her with the warm on the left. Here she is in the softer colors, and I just don't think that they do as much for her as the brighter colors. I went ahead and I changed up the color palette. I put the bright, warm, and deep on the left and the bright, deep, and cool on the right. And although they seem a little bit strong in the photo, I still like her in these brighter, richer colors better. This might be a little bit over the top intense, but I'm just trying to drive a point home where here she is in the soft, and then here she is in the bright. And I hope you see what I see. Those rich, bold colors really bring her to life. So I went ahead and I softened the colors a tiny bit because this is really, really intense. It might be really fun for like a special occasion, but not for every day. This is a little bit more realistic. And when I see here in these, I kind of like both. Now you're going to see as I go through this analysis that I've actually chosen bright, warm, and deep for her, even though she looks good in both right here. She is so neutral that she can probably pull off both color palettes based on her lip color and her makeup, which might cause confusion or might be very freeing because she can feel like she can wear everything. But I definitely think she leans more towards the warm, and I'll explain a little bit further here as we go down her analysis. So bright, warm, and deep. Here are her eyes. Now her eyes, in my opinion, based on the photo, are very earthy. They have a very you can see the burnt oranges and the olive greens in there, and maybe even a little bit of mustard in there. And I really like her in these earthier tones. I don't see this as a cool hazel eye. I see it as a warm hazel eye. So I chose for her, and now one of the reasons I also chose for her the hazel eye versus a chocolate brown eye color is because her hair is brown and I chose chocolate brown for her hair. So that got to give her some colors. Now I put the mustard on her from this golden hazel card. I don't love it. I might love it more if I was in person because flat color without some texture on a video isn't always the best way to figure out what colors look good on you. But I don't love the mustard on her. I think she's so neutral that the mustard almost is just a little off-putting. But I do like her in the olive green. I think this is very, very pretty. I think she can wear this orange very well and maybe even the golden yellow very well. But the mustard doesn't really seem to do it for me. So, you know, it's really what she likes ultimately. And also if this was more of like a sweater material, it might actually look a little nicer. But I definitely love this olive green. So for her grounding neutrals, these are her best neutrals. Love the deep brown. Love it. This is the chocolate brown card. And just a little bit lighter matches her eyes. Also very pretty with that warm, deep lip. I wouldn't go any lighter though because she's very, very deep. Okay, so for her core colors, I've chosen the chocolate brown on the left, the golden hazel on the right, and the deep bright, warm, and deep card for her lip. And for a fourth color, another neutral, she could probably choose a nice deep navy or a nice deep warm charcoal gray would also be very pretty on her. One of the other reasons that I feel that she's not cool as much as she is warm is someone who is uh, bright, cool, and deep can also wear those icier tones better. And I just don't feel like she can do that. I don't think that she has enough contrast in her. I like her in those warmer tones better. Really, what we're talking about here is those bright, bold, deep colors. And if we take out the warm and cool for a second, it's those bright, bold colors that she's going to look best in. So let me share with you now some colors I put on her. And this is where you're going to see my conclusion for why I feel like she's leaning more towards warm than cool. So this is the bright, warm, and deep color palette. Love the beautiful red with the red lip on her, as well as this blue has got a little bit of green added to it. I wouldn't say it's teal necessarily, but just so pretty on her. Love the golden, again, rich tones. It's not a bright golden yellow. It's got a little bit of darkness to it, but I like it on her. I think it's really, really fun. And then a burnt rust on the right, orange on the left. Now, not everyone can wear orange, but I can tell you that someone who's neutral like this, that's got dark eyes and dark hair, looks really good in orange, and it's a really unexpected color. I think she should try it. I think it'd be really, really fun. And then the olive green on the right. Now here I put her in some cool colors, so you can also see her in cool. Purple is going to be beautiful on her, and also bright royal blue, which is also kind of a warm color. It's in both color palettes. It's a cold color, but it's in the warm color palette as well. Love her in the bright purple and bright royal blue as well. This makes you think that she might have some cool tendencies, and I would totally agree with you, but make sure that you're wearing the cool lip when you do. When I put her in something that's a little bit darker in the cool color palette, I don't know if I love her as much. Now I'm starting to feel like it's starting to drain her a little bit. I really like her in those bright, bold colors. So if you're going to wear the cooler colors, like the magentas and the purples and the blue purples, make sure that they're bright and bold. Avoid getting them too muted, because it's going to start to pull out some of the lines and blues in your skin tone and might make you look a little bit more tired. Again, here she's in that true orange with the cool lip, kind of fun, but I actually like her better in the more true red lip. And then a nice violet. Now, I think she looks great in this too. But again, make sure that the lip matches. So overall, she's bright and deep. Rich colors is where I want you to focus on and not get too torn up between cool versus warm. But if you want to choose a color palette, I would play with the bright, warm, and deep first. And then go with your instinct on the colors that you really like, because even in your original photo, you're wearing a very cool top and it doesn't look wrong on you. But I think that the warmer tones, the reds and some of these interesting yellows and the orange and olive greens are going to be really, really beautiful on you. So there you have it, bright, warm, and deep. Very neutral. And again, if you go with the cooler colors, make sure that your lip and your makeup lean towards the cool as well.